everyone, today we're going to be talking about how to convert a improper fraction to a mixed number. Now I do have how to convert a mixed fraction into an improper number if you want to go check that out. But for today we're going to be focusing on converting an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. I'm going to be here to guide you step by step, and let's get right into our video. So starting off strong, it is important that we know what a mixed fraction is. And to simply put it, a mixed fraction consists of a whole number and a proper fraction. That means that the numerator is smaller than the denominator for that proper fraction. And that is what makes a fraction mixed. So for example, I have 7 and 3 over 6. 7 is my whole number and 3 over 6 is my proper fraction. We see that the numerator is smaller than the denominator. It is also important that we know what an improper fraction is. And then to simply put it, a improper fraction is a fraction that has a bigger numerator and a smaller denominator. So this, for example, could be 18 over 6. That is my improper fraction. Now you do want to know how to convert. That's why you click this video. And it's really a simple rule that you follow to convert. And that is simply using long division. And when you're doing long division, make sure you have the denominator on the outside and the numerator in the inside. It's like a house. And we're going to do 3 examples together. And I show you using long division, which uses this visual picture. So, our first example, I have 2 over 3. I'm going to use long division to solve this. So, like my previous slide said, you put the denominator on the outside and the numerator in the inside. So 20 is inside that box and 3 is on the outside. Sort of reminds me of a little hut. Anyways, so I want to see how many times 3 can go into 20. And I know that 3 can go into 20 6 times without going over that 20 limit. And I know 3 times 6 is 18. So now I'm going to do 20 minus 18. And when I do that, I get 2. Now, I'm going to stop here because I don't want to go any further. Now, I will make a video on how to do long division if you want more practice on that. But for today, we're just going to stop here. That's all we got to do. So, 6 is going to be my whole number because that's the valid number that shows that 3 can go into 20 6 times. And 18, 20 minus 18 makes 2, and that's my remainder. So I'm going to write this. I'm going to have 6 as my whole number, and I'm going to have that 2 as my remainder. So 2 goes in that numerator area. And I keep my original denominator, which is 3. That is how I turned this improper fraction into a mixed fraction. Going on to our second example, I have 28 over 6. I'm going to set this up doing long division. So 6 is going to be on the outside of that box, and 28 is going to be in the inside of that box. So now I want to know how many times 6 can go into 28 without going over 28. And 6 can go into 28 4 times. 6 times 4, that gets me 24. And now I'm going to do 28 minus 24. And when I do that, I get 4. Now I'm going to put this into fraction form, a mixed number form. So 4 is going to be my whole number. And since I have 4 at the bottom, 4 is going to be my remainder as well. And of course, I keep my original denominator, 6. That is my mixed number. But I see that I can simplify this a bit more by their greatest common factor. So I'm going to do 40, not 40. I'm going to do 4 over 4 over 6. And I'm going to halve that because that 4 over 6 can be simplified to 2 over 3. So once you simplify that, you get 4 and 2 over 3. That is my mixed number that I get for 20 over 6. Going on to my third and last example, I have 40 over 7. I'm going to use that long division, and I'm going to have 40 in the inside. Numerator always goes on the inside, and 7, which is my denominator, goes on the outside. So now I want to know how many times 7 go into 40 without going over. And 7 go into 40 5 times without going over. And when I do 7 times 5, I get 35. So now I'm going to subtract that 35 from 40. So 40 minus 35, and I get 5. Now I'm going to put this information into the mixed number form. 5 is my whole number. 5 is my numerator. And of course, I keep my original denominator that I started off with. That is how you convert a improper fraction to a mixed number. I like to say mixed fraction though. But yeah, ultimately a mixed number. So that is all for today. This is Ari, the math tutor, signing out. Bye.